There we go. Now I look less ugly, even though I'm still ugly. As decided by the community tab poll thing, we are doing book review for Arts Final Styled of the Basement. Seriously, who could saw that one coming? Like, out. You know what? Whatever. So we're speaking my normal voice now. So yeah, that's what we're doing today, guys. We're guys going to review this book finally. Released in July 1992. This book is a phenomenal masterpiece. But be honest here. I really like this book. That's all I have to say before we actually get into the review itself. It's just a really good book. So if you don't want spoilers, just go ahead and go read it. It's pretty good. So I don't see why I should just wait any longer. Let's just get into it. So first off, as we usually do, we read the synopsis. So, in case you guys are like, I don't really know what the book's about because I can't read. Okay. Dr. Brewer is doing a little plant testing in his basement. Nothing to worry about. Harmless, really. But Margaret and Casey Brewer are worried about about their father, especially when they meet some of his plants that he's growing down there. You meet them? How do you meet plants? Well, you put your meat on the plant. Anyways. Then they notice that their father is developing plant-like tendencies. In fact, he's becoming distinctly weedy. See, high and seedy. Is it just part of their father's harmless experiment? Or has the basement turned into another little shop of horrors? Viewer beware. Or, geez, reader beware. You're in for a scary Goosebumps. Also available from our site, Monster Blood. ISBN 0-590-45B366-1. Scholastic Incorporated. RL4008-012. I love this book. Anyways, so that's the synopsis. Go read it. Go read if you haven't, but anyways, now let's get to the positives. So we always start with these little synopsises. So what the book says is pretty much a good description of what the book's pretty much about. Dr. Brewer, the dad of Margaret and I think Casey, he is doing this plant experiment while mom's away in the basement. It's really weird. The plants, it seems like something weird is going on down there. It seems to be like extremely weird, just extremely weird experiment. Like the plants are alive-ish, and of course he is seeming to be turning into a plant. This sounds a little familiar. Night of the Squawker image appear on screen right now. Anyways, yeah, I know, very, very familiar because of the turning into. Anyways, so far, through my the books that I've reviewed in Years List 62, I say this is the one of the scariest books, and one of the more creepy books. I'll say that much. It's very fun to read. So that's the first thing. Very fucking fun to read. It was very fun to read this book. The plot was really nice. The ending was also really cool. It always kept me hooked. Just like every Goosebumps book, whether it's good or bad, I'm like, okay, let's continue it. Unless it's sort of sappy, painful to get through. It wasn't even fucking awesome at all. Hated that book. Oh, the only bad slappy book. And the epitome of bad Goosebumps books. But we did a review of it for that like forever ago, so yeah, go ahead and go watch that if you want to see my opinions on Slappy. The son of Slappy, whatever. Slappy's son. Fuck you, Slappy's son. It's not even really his son. Just, whatever. I'm not gonna spoil the book for you. Yeah, because he got adopted. Anyways, no, not really. Or did he? Anyways, yeah, that's basically what I can really say about this book, since it is really just scary, to say the least. If we're just saying the least here, it's definitely a scary book. I like the plant stuff. Now, I've never even seen this stuff really appear ever since this book. Like, we had Stink Eye Swamp and Your Plant Food. But they were, like, barely even accountable as, like, really good, like, solid Goosebumps stories, or Give Yourself stories. They don't really have any plot substance. They kind of just keep going, and it's really fast pacing. That's the reason I don't like reading all the time. Because there's, like, nothing. just one thing after another without any lore or anything or any reasonable sense most of the time. I mean, they're still fun to read, but this is like a give yourself book, one of those ones, extended, and with a real plot. And the give yourself books are a little more scary sometimes than actual Goosebumps for 62. Is like, for example, I will say maybe a bit of controversial, but Harry's Adventure. Secret Agent Grandma was slightly more scary than that. But yeah, to give you an idea how awesome this book was to read, I definitely put it up there with Night of the Living Dead, me too. For being one of the first books, I mean, you can't go wrong with it. You can't go wrong. It's a really good book. I've said it like 1,000 times. You just can't go wrong with this book. It's a really interesting book too. Like this, seriously, the plant concept, masterfully done. I didn't even know you could make plants into horror until I read this book for the first time, like forever ago. I mean, whenever I see a copy of it, I always like, oh, I'm getting that. I mean, I rarely even leave a Goosebump book behind, because either it's like completely front ripped off, or it's just completely over the top bad condition. Sometimes I even still get it. But when I get this, I don't even leave it behind. I just grab it immediately. That's how good this book is. Now for the downsides. I'm gonna be really quick on that. The only thing I did not like about this book, it's gonna be a hard decision, because I did really like every single thing in this book. Almost every single thing. I really like Dr. Brewer. He's an awesome character. Good protagonist, plural, I guess. The dad, being a mad scientist and stuff, and him being locked away. I mean, this is a spoiler review, guys, so don't get mad at me. It's all really good, because I've never even seen a Goosebumps story like this since this for quite a long time, actually. Some books do have similar or plots, endings, and stuff just as awesome as this. But I think this book did have one part that it lacked was sometimes the book would be not as interesting as you'd hope for. There's some parts where you're like, okay, I think I'm gonna be done for today, because it's kind of a little boring-ish. But it only lasts for like a chapter or two. It's not very long. And of course, this is just my opinion. You probably will like those parts. That's just honestly me. It's not even a big deal. I personally actually don't even think they're terrible segments. I just think they're the more, okay, no. Then how long is this one gonna last? Not like to the point where it's getting annoying. But yeah, those don't really bother me at all, because this book is just overall great. The greatness of this book overshines that. If I were to pull out a gun right now, and I could shoot, either if the books were living entities or people, if I could shoot, what's the example? Another good book. I'm thinking here. Return of the Mummy. Very good book. A lot of people say it's overrated, but I think it's very well rated. It's a great book. The Mummy books are a little overrated sometimes, or underrated, like the Mummy Walks. But I don't really know how well that's rated. I've only seen like a few reviews, and it's probably a little underrated. But anyways, Return of the Mummy. If I could shoot either one of them, I'd probably shoot Return of the Mummy, because this book actually beats that. There's many more examples, like The Blob That Ate Everyone. Easily could beat that. It easily could beat that book. Surprisingly, for being one of my favorite books. It's literally my second favorite in the original 62. Until I reread this, so there might be a re-ranking eventually down the line. So it got moved back. Egg Monsters from Mars still number 1. Anyways, that's basically where the downsides end. And now let's get to a rating. Out of 10, what do I give this masterpiece? I haven't really thought about that. 10 out of 10. Easy. Easy dub, man. Come on, it's so easy. It's a 10 out of 10 book. Awesome story. Dr. Brewer's amazing. Fan favorite. Not to mention the awesome cover arts, especially Tim Jacobus's. I mean, it's not as iconic, but still, they're both awesome. And the mystery of the book of like what's actually going on. And I mean, it's somewhat obvious at times, but it's still really awesome to read through. So, and the ending was also really nice. They could have made a sequel easily. But also it's one of those endings where it's always like that, where it's always like, oh, they could do more. Almost every Goosebumps book, there could be more. But of course, not more is always desired. Like, chicken. Oh shit. Oh, Fevers. Fevers. Night of the Squawker. Whoever was the original title. Anyways, that's all I really have to say about this awesome book. So yeah, this book literally got a solid 10 out of 10. Not better than Welcome to Dead House, but still awesome. So, this book has actually moved this way up the list since the last time I read it. Last time was like a 9. Because, I didn't like it as much before. I mean, I still thought it was amazing. Pretty much just as good. I just now rereading it, I realized, hey, this book's actually a lot more fun than I remembered it being. I remembered it being like, man, it's pretty good. And I'm like, man, this is really good. That's how it kind of went for me, guys. So, yeah, I guess you can get an idea what I think about this book. I mean, 10 out of 10, pretty obvious. I 100% recommend this book. I mean, come on. Why are you here if you haven't read it? Or if you just don't care. Anyways, that's all I have to say. This book is awesome. And nothing more to it. But, real quickly, thank you. Thank you guys for 400 subs. I'm spanking my booty. Just so excitement. Oh my god, yeah, I'm spanking my booty out of excitement, guys. I might have to do a short where I'm twerking again. Probably to, let's say, on Earth Island. You don't even know what the fuck that is. Anyways, we'll just see. I might do that tonight. I might do that tomorrow. And, yeah. Thank you for 400 subs. There was community toast, and it will explain what my special technically is. And it's the rest of the year. And from now on. More consistent uploading. Like, this video was not planned tonight, but as soon as it really hit 400 uploading. Well, think about it. Consistent uploading. So it's upload tonight. Anyways, see you guys in the next one. Peace! Fuck, am I trying to do a J Station outro? Fuck!